latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Outdoors with me, Mike. Today I'm you guys a bit of a review video on a new product from Quest. So with me today I've got the Quest Falcon Air awning. So the Falcon Air awning comes in multiple different sizes, anything from a 220, 260, 325 or a 390. Now with me today I've got the 260 model, and this video is going to be more based around a 260 and a 220. We've done a separate video if you're interested in the 325 and the 390 Air, just because there's a few little differences between the two, so it'd be worth checking that out. It's worth mentioning at this point that also there is a poled version available, so you can almost do that. It's almost like a slightly down tweaked version, so it's not just a straight set of pole and air, there are other tweaks to it as well. So what we've got here is a 150 denier fabric, nearly nice and waterproof. So there's 4000 ml hydrostatic head. So for example, the pole version is 75 denier, so straight away there are a difference such. Pitched really well. We've got a single inflatable tube, very easy to do. Comes included with a kind of a stirrup pump with a little kind of pressure release valve on top to let you know when you get to the right pressure. So it's very simplistic to do. It's quick and easy to pitch. You can see myself pitching this model on our own Attwoolls pitching and packing video. Took me, I think, about 6 minutes to do, which means it's perfect for kind of for short weekends or just general short breaks. It's no reason you can't use it for a longer period of time if you really want to, but you know, it's designed to be quick and easy, but actually, like I said, a decent kind of spec level. We've got a nice big ventilation point at the top here on either sides of the doors, just allow airflow and trying to help reduce condensation. We've got guide points at the top here as well to stop it necessarily sliding in the rail, so you can peg those out towards the van as we see fit. There are 3 doors on the awning in total, 2 sides and 1 front. Both the side door have a full mesh part built into it as well, so you get that airflow again into on those warmer days. And what I do like is we've got these crystal clear windows around the awning as well, so obviously allows a bit of light to go in, but you get great visibility outwards. Storm straps located on the front come included as standard, and we've got guide points to match, again, to kind of make sure you're not going to trip over them. You've got like a mud skirt / rain skirt that kind of goes externally, just to kind of keep it all neat and tidy. And the front door, again, is really nice big kind of PVC window directly inside of it. The front door can also double up as a little mini canopy, so you can buy some additional king poles. And just kind of elevate that door, bring it directly out, and then straight away you've got a little bit of a canopy, so you can sort of come and go in the front of the awning without having to worry about the rain coming in. Failing that, we roll the door up, and it comes with a bit more of an open canopy, all but, you know, roof and sides. It's worth mentioning actually, wherever you've got windows in the actual awning itself, you've also got privacy curtains that toggle up into place. There's kind of a half setting as well, so it goes halfway up or fully up, depending on how much coverage you want. But you've got these oversized elastics as well, so it doesn't make any difference on how good you are rolling at the front door. We've got a good size beam, and there's also a little webbing strap located between the bases to make sure you can't almost oversplay it. And then at the back we've got sort of big nice foam pads, so you can push a canopy poles against it to try and seal it against the draft. In fact, let's bring the camera in, probably a bit easier to explain it by seeing it in the flesh. So like I said, we've got the foam pads right at the back here, and you can buy some additional additional kind of upright poles, or rear pad poles as they're sometimes called. They are an optional extra, but they can actually velcro onto the part and push that firmly against it. We can see, of course, how nice that sort of mesh door is. There is a normal door located behind there as well, for when you want to completely seal yourself off against the weather. You can buy additional bracer pole. It can go in the roof section too if you want a bit more tension in the roof. That is an option you can look at. And also we've got a hanging point here for a lantern, quite nice and neatly as well. So again, it just gives you a little bit more light in the main body. It's a small compact size, so it's 2.5 meters deep as standard and 260 wide. So you know, we're talking about what's 8 foot wide, there or thereabouts. It's big enough that you can quite happily put sort of tables and chairs in there, or the dogs, for example, without being too big. And then as we come round back, you can see the sealed door with that, again, that air vent directly at the top. So it pitches really nicely, quite easy, and certainly from a price point as well, you know, it's quite an attractive price point. It's not necessarily going to break the bank, but you certainly get a bit more stability kind of with the air structure. than you would necessarily with the pole, just because it's sort of a larger diameter tube on the inside, so it's got a bit more kind of rigidity against that. So that is admittedly one of the benefits of air. It can be a little bit quicker and easier to pitch, admittedly, but it's more the structural strength I think you're going to mostly gain. Plus, in comparison to the pole version, you've got that thicker fabric with the air vent and other features built into it as well. So that is definitely a consideration. For more information about the Falcon Air, whether it be the 220 or 260 or any other ones in the range, you can check the link below this video. It'll take you straight through to the website where we've got all the information you need there. Everything from pack sizes, pack dimensions, so floor dimensions, the itemized kind of list of features built into it. So you can always check that out in terms of the spec as well. But by all means, if any more questions or queries, do feel free to let us know. It's certainly one we look to try and have up in our indoor display showroom, depending on what's going on with that in particularly. But it's worth to sort of, it's quite nice that it doesn't cost an awful lot, and it's probably its nearest comparable will be something like the Suncamp Swift. And that's kind of what it almost is competing against to a certain extent, but it's got a slightly higher waterproof rating on this, and a few extra features here and there as well. So yeah, it's kind of depends on your fancy. For me, I think I quite like the colour matches the Caravans quite well, not really overly offensive. But yeah, for more questions, like I said, contact us directly, or feel free to obviously comment in the box below. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. If any more questions, any more kind of videos you'd love us to kind of do feel free to get in touch. We always love to hear from you guys and see what necessarily you're missing or what you want to hear reviews on. It's always greatly appreciated. So that's kind of our little video review on the Quest Falcon Air 260